because Kindle's kind of out of the action anyway because he got broken up and torn apart and brought over here. So that's kind of what you hear is like a bunch of banging around. So
bunch of banging around,
and then like the sticks rubbing together, and then just, and then yeah, that's what you guys heard.
That's not sticks, that's bones.
Does it smell like burning straw to anyone else?
Oh God, I hope not.
It's like wet straw.
There you go.
The bongs make me think of Coming to America, though.
What an interesting juxtaposition there.
Towards the beginning of the movie when he meets his bride to be.
Oh yes, the whole dance scene, which is amazing. Yes.
She's your queen.
Oh my God.
This is pop culture legend. I love that scene in that movie, actually. Now it's gonna remind me of that now too. I never made that connection, but yeah, that's exactly what that sounds like.
Sexual chocolate.
Sexual chocolate.
Sexual chocolate.
Sexual chocolate.
That is a great movie.
Anyway,
All right, let's get back on track. We've wasted plenty of your time. So Kindle is out of commission. I can't get his freaking character sheet to work. So what we're doing is something that is going to happen anyway. In all this mess, you see this figure that you recognize as Solomon come out of the distance, and he's got a bow drawn with arrow knocked. Yes,
also
Solomon
known
6.
as Solid Snake.
Also known as Solid Snake. One could say. There we go. Okay, all right. So Solomon comes in first. He's got his bow drawn, and he actually shoots like a trick shot between Tom, Dillon, arrow whiz right past you guys. Underneath this shrubbery that you see on here is like a tree trunk, right? So this is a tree going up in the sky. So it whizzes past you guys, and it goes into the tree over by where Kel is standing, seemingly into nothing, and you hear this this cry. It's somewhere between a lion and a dinosaur of some sort, and it pierces your ears a little bit, and you hear the pain as it wrenches out, and you hear the rustling of the trees, and a big crash into the tree next to you, Kel, as it seems to have leaped whatever it was into the next tree, but you can't get a beat on it. And then it is Tillion's turn.
Okay. So, obviously the guy with the bow is bad?
The guy with the bow is Solomon. He's with you guys. He was
okay.
He was shooting at the tree. So if you, for the recap, Kel was there was 2 of these displacer beasts, right? That you saw. And one of them attacked at Kel, and you came to the rescue and kind of like, shoot it off, and it disappeared. And another one came out of nowhere, grabbed Kindle and drug Kindle off over into the distance over here.
Okay.
So, and then it also disappeared, but they, they could still be around.
Yep. So, I guess double time over to Kindle.
Okay.
Or where I think Kindle is.
You can dash over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Kindle seems to be out of it. You come across this tree, and you see him, like his arm's been torn off.
Okay.
And he's got this stuffing just like kind of outside of him.
He's conscious though.
He doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
He doesn't really have eyes. He has these glowing spots where his eyes would be, but you don't see that right now.
Okay.
Yikes.
All right. So I kneel next to him and just kind of look at everybody and see what's going on. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Tom, you're up.
I asked Solomon what he's doing here and where he came from.
Solomon runs. Well, he can't run. It's not his turn. So you're using your free action to talk. This is not your actual action. So he doesn't seem to be paying too much attention to you. He's scouring the trees. He's kind of looking back and forth. He doesn't seem to be too responsive. He seems to be in the moment, looking for whatever it is that is attacking you.
All right, then I'm gonna take a defensive move over towards Tillian here, just to give her some support in case things get bananas.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
All right. So you're holding action. That would be time for. We'll say the tree. What happened to the tree happens at this moment. That's whenever you hear like the rustling between after like the cries and the scurrying up the tree that's right next to you, Kel. You don't see anything but just movement in the trees. You can't seem to make out anything. And then you feel at this moment the jump the tree next to that one, and then it leaps to the tree that's over here. So a little bit further away.
Do I see like the arrow that got stuck in
You
it?
do see the arrow, and let me do a perception check.
Nice.
Okay, cool. So you also see the arrow kind of like waving back and forth, but bobbing and weaving. You can't really make out. It's just really hard to focus on it. But you notice that it also kind of does what you've been experiencing, where it like moves and it disappears and it's in other places. But then all of a sudden it's like you're coming out of a dream or something. You're not confused and dazed. You do also notice that there has been this green viscous liquid like that is running down the tree, and it has had some droplets along the way in the path that you saw and that you've heard the trees kind of move.
Have these things made noises yet? Like...
Other than the crying out, no, they've been very silent.
Okay.
Tillian, as you're over near Kindle, and as Tom's coming up behind you, you're kind of tending to Kindle. And did you hold your act? Well, you did dash, so you don't have an action.
Double-timed, yeah.
He double timed, or she double timed. So you actually feel something slap you across the back as you're tending to Kindle. Sorry.
Whoa!
Sorry. I jumped to the wrong layer. So you hear this noise behind you. You feel the trees, like a breeze come by you, but you don't see anything, and then you get hit across the back. Ooh, and
oh no!
It hits you. So 5 bludgeoning, so it kind of like knocks you down towards the direction that Kindle is at, and then you take 6 total, but 1 piercing. So you feel one of those tentacle kind of spikes pierce the back of your armor.
Got it.
And then there is another leap to this tree. You see this tree is kind of like rustling. But you can see it
into that tree?
It did leap into it. You did see at that moment. You see it. It's almost as if when it connects, you could see it. And as it drew blood, it was visible. But it seems to be kind of moving in and out of. You're not sure this plane or what's happening, but it kind of seems to be flickering.
Okay.
A lot. So and that is the end of its turn. It is Tor's turn.
Have I seen any trees rustling near me, or? I would the tree rustling near Tom.
I would say that you saw the ones that Kel had witnessed. You would probably see the movement over there, and you'd see Kel kind of looking that direction. So if you were looking that direction, you would have seen that.
I would like to blast the trees with a mighty gust of wind.
Oh, all right.
And see if we can scoot out whatever foul things may be up there.
So you're going to go line of strong wind, 60 feet. Okay, definitely going to hit. And 10 feet wide blast. What do we do here? Each creature that starts its turn in the line must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in direction following the line. Any creature in the line must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot move, so half speed. The gust disperses gas or vapor, so that would have like gotten rid of clouds and stuff like that. Is there damage on it, or is it just going to move stuff? And has a 50% chance, 16%. Okay, so as a bonus action on each of your turns, before the spell ends, you can change the direction in which the line blasts from you. So you can do this as a bonus action, so every action after this, unless you use another concentration spell, just so you're aware.
Okay.
So what direction do you blast this at? You saw last movement you saw was in this direction.
And I blast this direction.
Okay.
Blasted.
Right.
Towards
so
Mart.
is a strength saving throw. Come on.
Do you have a By the way,
Why
the
is it not
material for this is a bean.
the what?
The material that you cast this spell
Oh.
is a bean.
Oh, right.
Like
Well,
boom.
which we would say he
Imagine.
doesn't need because it doesn't have like cost to it. But yeah, you would need like
What
a
the
bean to
fuck?
make that, which doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Let me
Gust-
dig
gust
through
of
my
wind.
bag here. I've got a bean somewhere.
Maybe it's to test the wind. I don't know.
Maybe it's the
I
gust of fart
which
wind.
which end it came out of before I noticed that the component is a bean.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. Okay, yeah, Tor, how do you flavor that? Is that from your hand, your mouth, your butt?
I take the mighty bean in my hand and I pray over it. Agruman, please give this the wintry gust of blow. And then I snort it up through my left nostril and then project it out the right nostril through the line of trees.
Perfect. Okay. I need to know what your
saving nose.
The saving throw was this was a strength saving throw. They made a 17. So what is your DC? Your spell casting should be up in the top of your.
Casting is tough.
If you go to spells, the spell section, it'll say spells save DC.
13.
13.
yeah.
Okay, so you blow this out and it makes a very big noise, right? And it like gusts through the trees, but you don't see anything fall. You do see some liquid kind of like blow to the side though. So you know that there's something still up in the tree. You could see that. So the source of whatever is dripping is still there.
I continue to let the wind blow, and I'll continue just doing this.
Okay.
End of turn.
All right.
Blow.
Cal, your turn.
Hey, that's not my full name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kel, future daddy Raish. What is your turn?
That is Sir Kel, future daddy. Ray.
The tree that you saw it go to, or where where you see the blood still kind of like trickled around on the ground, is about 20 feet up from you.
Okay. And my cape is still freaking out, right?
Your cape is freaking out, but it seems like the more you concentrate on it, the more that it is kind of falling under control, but it is definitely still vibrating.
Hot. All right. I'm going to pull out my crossbow.
All right.
Let me whip this out.
All right.
And yeah, I'm just take a shot at this. Where wait, well, do I see the
you could make like I'll say that you have a shot at disadvantage because you can see where the blood is kind of pulling up, so you have something to aim at, but it's very small.
Okay.
Because you see the arrow. You see the other arrow.
Not good.
Ooh.
I'm gonna use my DM inspiration. Again.
Okay.
So the worst.
Ooh, worse. Wow.
Right, dope. I don't.
You've got to use the wind to go up into it.
So in the future, like if you have that, what I've got it set to is to automatically roll advantage, so that way you see both rolls. So if you
wouldn't have helped him on any four of those
rolls, would
rolls.
not have helped you at all. So, but in the future, like if like say the first one was 11 and the second one was like 18, you could be like, I'm gonna use that inspiration to use that, and you could just take that.
Okay.
That way you don't have to roll again if you don't want to. So
yeah.
I mean, if you want to roll, it's cool.
Disadvantage, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I was doing it.
But right. Good call. So yeah, you got 5. So you kind of like you half cocked it and you let it fly, and it kind of hit the bottom of the tree, but it didn't stick even. It kind of like faltered and fell down to the ground because it wasn't at full momentum. So you were kind of flustered with what was going on. You're kind of in the cape's kind of getting in your way. It's pulling some Doctor Strange action when you were kind of loading it.
All right.
So
would I be able to just like unclasp it and let it fall?
The crossbow? Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna unclasp the cloak then, let it fall.
Okay. Oh, your cloak. Okay. I was like, is your crossbow attached to you? Or... Yeah, you can do that.
It could be.
So as it falls to the ground, you kind of see that it's no longer like flying. Like, it's not like moving on its own. It just seems to be flickering. Like it's in two places at once. It's almost like there's two piles of cloaks, and you're visually seeing two different ways that it fell. It's kind of weird.
That is very weird.
Yeah,
Sounds weird.
I'm going to go ahead and let me see. How far can I move? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna move to here.
Okay.
And in my turn.
Okay. It is. So then you see all this that was going on near Tom and Dillon and Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
Solomon is looking that direction when it all went down, and he saw the beast go into the trees, and he is going to whip his longbow around and go whap and try to hit it, and that actually hits it for 6 piercing damage. So you hear the same sound, and it's almost identical. It's weird. It sounds like it's the same duration, it's the same sound. It kind of it just sends that shiver down your spine, like this is something horrible that you've never heard a sound from before. And it kind of resonates in your ears. And you, Tom, would, like, you guys, everybody that was around there would see this arrow connect with it and hear that noise.
Sweet.
And yeah, and then Solomon will actually move towards cut the distance between the two of you guys, training his eye still on this one. Okay. You guys can see it in the tree, though. That one's visible, but it's kind of like doing that same sort of shifty motion, like where it looks like it's in two spots at the same time.
Okay. So,
Dillon, your turn.
I'm assuming it's high up enough that I can't just melee it. I need to use
It's about
range.
15-20 feet up in the tree. It has taken damage, so it kind of fell down a little bit. So about 15, let's say, up in the tree.
I'm gonna throw my hand axe.
Okay.
Not the axe. Gonna need that later.
Oh, hits.
17 and damage of 6.
Slashing.
6. Okay, cool. So you hear the sound again. And it's more of like it goes from a loud roar to like this guttural purring noise, but not in a like in a negative way, like a very aggressive.
Okay. It's the end of my turn.
Okay, cool. So Tom, your turn.
Dillon, are you double sworded or shield, or what are you?
Rapier and sword. Oh, you see that I have my rapier and shield.
Okay, I was just curious. I don't remember what.
Yep, that's okay.
How is this beast looking? Is it worse for wear, or how?
You do see a trickle of blood coming down, so you know that's been wounded.
All right, I'm gonna take a crossbow. I'm gonna. Do we flank it, or go back to back?
We need to get it down so we can deal with it on the ground.
All right, I'm gonna stay where I'm at, and I'm gonna launch a crossbow.
Oh, hit.
Hits.
Roll that damage. 8. All right, cool.
There we go.
Most damage to it so far. So you hear it make the same noises. It kind of cries out in pain, and it kind of jumps around the tree. You start to see the tree move a little bit, and it starts to flicker even more, like it's trying to phase out and become invisible, but it's just not happening because of the damage that's been done to it.
Mm-hmm.
And as that happens, Kel, you feel the tree above you move. And above you, you see the tentacles kind of like fly out at you as it's directly above you, and it was kind of like hovering over there. So you just couldn't see the arrows the way that they were placed based off of your, like, visually how you went around, because the blood is on the other side. So it's kind of like it kind of blended in with the tree, right? But now you definitely see it, and it swipes out at you with tentacles twice.
Oh,
Jesus!
I'm gonna use luck on both of them and make him
Oh.
reroll both.
What? Oh, I forgot.
Nice.
You have luck, you son of a bitch. All right, so here we go. So he you see these tentacles happen, and I'm gonna flavor it this way. So somehow in your mind, this is what you saw happen, and then now it's like that it's kind of like what happened in the marketplace when you saw multiple things happening. It's like you were able to dodge those, but then these new attacks come at you. Bap bap.
Oh, I have to roll for them.
Oh, you were okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So how does luck work?
So
He can re-roll it.
he can re-roll it. So it's going to be a D20 plus 6.
OP.
So
So
8 plus 6.
the first one uses my roll. For
Oh,
sure.
so it's just
That
18. I don't
hits.
get any modifiers or anything?
Okay. Actually, yeah. Yeah, you would. So that
Okay.
still hits anyway.
All right,
Right.
so that one is going to be 24. Just like the first one.
That didn't change.
That
one's better.
It's going to add 6 to it. So
So that doesn't hit.
17. So cool. Okay, so the first one hits, the second one doesn't. You're able to dodge out of that. I'm just going to go ahead and roll that. So 9 plus 5 damage, bludgeoning and piercing. So
Right.
14 damage total.
Nice. Okay.
So that is it stays where it's at. It doesn't seem to want to get outside of it. Kind of climbs up the tree a little bit farther, so it's 10 feet away from you, but that's plenty reach for those tentacles to still reach you. So it's kind of trying to just cut some distance from you.
Okay.
This other one, it swipes out at both Tom and Dillon with its tentacles, because you're both within 10 feet.
Okay.
As it climbs down, so it's only going to be about 5 feet in the air, so it like comes down to like the bottom branches.
Excellent.
And 1 to Tom, 1 to Dillon.
No, not like this.
Miss.
Miss. Okay, so it hits Tom. Is that what you're saying?
Which one was mine again? The second one?
The first one was yours.
Oh, wait, let me check my
It's just throwing the damage down below the second one for
Oh,
some reason.
yeah, 15. Dang it. Yeah,
Okay.
doggone.
So no, 9. Only 9.
Oh.
9 damage.
Oh, yeah. It does
yeah,
not.
it hit at 60. Oh, you're saying your AC. Never mind. I'm sorry.
My AC is 15, yeah.
Yeah.
So it hits, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So those tentacles come out. They swipe at you. Tom, you take a hit. Dillon, you're able to dodge out of the way. And it is now Tor's turn. You see what's going on. You hear the noises. You heard the cry come from this direction. You've also heard the cry come from this direction. You see Kel. He's trying to make something happen over there. Solomon is in the middle here, trying to figure out where it's at. He's almost like he's tracking both of them at the same time. It's your turn.
I believe I'm going to make my way slightly, that's the wrong button, slightly closer to Kel and look upon the tree. And you said the beast is still up inside the tree on the upper layer-ish?
Yes. It's about 10 feet in the air on some branches, but it is visible now. And you see 2 arrows sticking out of it, and it's bleeding. Bright
Sometimes the
green
best
blood.
winter is served with flame. I like to project my flame towards the base of the tree and let the heat rise.
Dexterity save. All right. So you're gonna set this tree on fire?
Fuck yes.
So you're not attacking. You're attacking the tree. Technically, right? Is that what's happening?
Technically, it doesn't even get a save.
It does not get a save. It is lit on fire, sir.
So what does that mean?
Well, unluckily for the displacer beast, you see like the trickle where the blood is coming down, and you light the base of the tree on fire. Kel, you kind of see this. You're able to sidestep any flames. As soon as it reaches the stream of blood that's kind of made its way down, it starts to take off, and the flame captures onto that, and it just in like a line of fire just goes right up into the wounded areas, almost like cauterizing the wound. But you feel like you hear this noise, and you can tell that it actually damaged. It's almost like their blood is flammable.
Yikes.
And so it's taken damage
Ha
from
ha.
this fire.
How's everyone feeling? Does anyone need a pick-me-up? Is everyone... tell me what's going on.
I could use a spritz over here. I got hit pretty hard last time.
Let's see if I can do any spritzing. I can. I would like to use my healing word because it's a bonus action.
All right.
Heal.
60 feet. Who you putting this on? Tom?
For
Okay.
Tom.
Oh,
yes.
7?
Tom, you
I'll
get
take that.
7 hit points back.
Yeah, boy. And I say, thank you, air high five.
And I will continue to just blow my wind upon this tree I've set aflame.
So if you use your bonus to do the healing word, so you don't have a bonus action to do that, but you can use it next time.
I was keeping it maintained in the same direction.
Okay, gotcha. All right, you're concentrating on the fire, or in the you're feeding the oxygen of the fire. That's kind of how it went. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, that's brutal. That fire would be. Oh man.
Yeah.
Combo right there.
It does not smell good for you, Kel.
Fire and ice.
It's like somebody burnt the beans. Your turn.
You were downwind.
Okay.
Yes, you're downwind.
I'm gonna spend a moment concentrating.
Okay.
And I'm going to I'm gonna manifest my time echo.
Oh snap!
Balls, I've never even seen this stuff before.
Why don't you explain how this kind of works for you?
So I basically create like a shadow version of myself that has its own stats, and I can use it to attack through it, and I can teleport into its place. Like we can switch spaces.
You should have access to both of those. So
both of what?
Both. I made an extra.
He made an extra one.
I made
That's
an extra
tight.
Kel future daddy race.
I am putting it up in the tree next to where I see the fire going. So it's like in a branch.
Okay, so do you just make it appear there, or do you
I can make it manifest in an occupied space within 15 feet of myself. So I put it up in the tree.
Okay.
Like next to the beast.
Okay.
And then it's gonna attack with, I believe.
So does it get its own turn order, or does it go on your turn, and is it its own set? Is that how it's working?
It's on my turn. Like
Okay.
I can choose to have either one of us move, I believe.
Okay.
Same size as you, occupies its own space. I can command it to move up to 30 feet in any direction without an action.
Wow.
Use your reaction to make an opportunity attack action that creature as if it were the echoes. What? Oh
That's
man.
OP.
Broken.
That's balls.
Broken.
It's okay.
Then
No, it's really good.
Cool.
My what was it? It was a bonus action, and then I'm gonna use my what's it called? I've never actually done any of this. I'm gonna attack with my crossbow.
Both in the game and in real time.
And in real time. Attack with my crossbow at the beast.
All right. Is it?
It's not.
It's not an advantage. So if it's not an advantage, it misses.
Yeah, it definitely misses. And then I'm gonna use my.
Which actually, technically, aren't you flanking now?
That's up to you if you want to play it that way or not.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna let it
Thinking
happen. I think this is so cool. I would think that's gonna work. You got somebody side by side, right next to it. The way that this is working, and yeah, I would say that. Yeah, you have advantage.
Definitely.
All right. Well, then I'm assuming that hits.
Yes, that's gonna hit.
Okay. That's 9
Flanking
damage.
yourself.
Damn, max damage. Sick.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna use my Unleash Incarnation. Whenever I take the attack action, I can make an additional melee attack from the Echo's position.
Oh,
wow.
Do that over time. My Con modifier, which is 4.
So for those who are wondering, he's called an Echo Knight.
Yeah. I saw the flavor text there.
This is what it does.
Yeah, seems.
And he's gonna make a
extremely
two-handed
overpowered.
attack with a longsword.
Oh man. Okay.
Whoa.
Well, he gets advantage as well, so yeah, so that's gonna hit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Maxed out
Jeez.
again.
So, okay, all right, you're hacking at this thing. It's taken about 5 hits now, so yeah, it's looking a little rough. It's still able to move about and stuff, but it's kind of cornered in the tree here. So
Alrighty. Dope.
Doing good.
It's going real good.
All right, Solomon sees this. He likes what he sees, and he's gonna longbow that noise. What? And he actually,
Where's he at?
well, he's
in the
right
middle.
here. He's in the middle.
Oh, I
Doesn't have his
missed
name
it. Yeah,
plate
he
on,
blends
sorry.
in.
Let me make.
Yeah, he does
let me-
blend in. He does blend in pretty
Let me,
good.
was
let me
like, where'd he
show his
go?
nameplate and
Sneaky bastard.
Solomon.
Nameplates are not working, Fox. I can't believe you're even gonna try it.
I know. You just shut your mouth. All right, here we go. Now we're good. So he shoots, and I'm gonna say he's gonna benefit from the flanking as well. So, because there's, they're kind of like just like you guys are keeping him in the same spot, and he's like a perfect target. So he hits that, nails it for 7. Okay, and it's kind of like leaning against a branch. It's not looking great. And then he turns his eye to the other side, but he's done with his turn. So, Tillian, your turn.
Take my hand axe
Okay.
and throw it at it again.
All right. Now, do you have multiple hand axes, or is this?
I
just
had
one?
2.
Usually.
Okay. Cool.
I had 2.
All right.
12, I'm assuming, does not hit.
I'm gonna say it does not, because you guys are 10 feet away from it, so that's not gonna be within range, melee range for
Wait,
you
I
guys.
thought we were 5 feet away. I thought it came down the branch to attack us.
It did, but you're also 5 feet in front, so there's
Oh,
you're not
okay,
up
got
next
it, I
to the
got it.
tree.
Oh, I didn't know.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Got
like,
it, got it,
so
got it.
I'm
I thought we were
sorry.
closer than we were.
So this tree, this is like the extended tree. You could probably get up on in that area,
On it?
because there's
Okay,
a trunk.
one more
underneath, so
square.
these look like
Got it,
bushes,
okay.
and I'm sorry, I should have gotten a better map.
No worries. I thought we were on top of the tree.
This is
but
more
I-
like what
I
it
get
looks like underneath. Like, so if you can imagine that.
Got it. Got it.
Okay.
So,
I thought I was closer.
That is the end of my turn.
So no hit. Tom, your turn.
I'm going to get within. So it's up in the tree, so I do have
It's
to climb
5
the
feet
tree
up
to
in the
get in
tree,
melee
and
range.
then it's 5 feet out from you guys because it's on the bottom set of branches because it's been hit a few times. So,
So if I get closer, am I in melee range, or do I have to climb this damn tree to
you
get?
would know based off of how it's attacked you that you're already in melee range for him, but
Okay.
not you.
Yeah, he has
Oh,
10 feet to
shit.
reach.
He's got those long tentacles that could reach out and hit you, and it's already hit you twice, or both of you guys.
All right, I'm gonna. I don't want to move forward. Then I'm gonna hit him with the crossbow again. I don't want to do it again. I'm gonna take a shot. I take my shot from here.
Okay.
With my
Gonna crossbow it.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right.
Where did it go? Shoot.
This is not an advantage. 20.
Nope.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, hits. Roll that damage.
Well done.
Oh. Yeah. I'm running out of luck here. I'm sorry. Let me get that really quick. It's hard with only one water. Yes.
9. Nice. All right. Cool. So it rides out in pain, and you see like a more profuse stream of blood kind of like dripping down around the tree.
I'm gonna fall back here behind Tillian, because that's what I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna end my turn.
So you are walking out of within its reach, so it gets an opportunity attack on you.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Ever.
just one. So a tentacle smack with 20.
It hits.
And
It
gonna
hits.
hit for 16 damage.
God.
So shenanigans.
Because it's just like it's so pissed that you hit it.
16. Good thing I got healed last time. Or I'd be
I know, I
dead.
was gonna say like that. So you see that happen. Tom, you move behind Tillian. You're in a stronger position.
My turn's over.
Okay.
I'm not dead though.
Okay, cool. So Kel and Kel 2, Displacer Beast is displeased,
Okay.
and it's gonna lash out at both of you, each you and your Echo, trying to attack both. So this is for the Echo. This is for you.
So the Echo was 19?
Yes,
All right. Yeah, all right.
I believe that was a 14 AC, right?
It's
For the
14 plus
Echo?
my proficiency.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's still not 19.
It's okay, so it meets or beats. Okay, so so that one hits. Takes 8 damage.
It's dead because it has 1 health.
So it just like kind of like falls out. It's almost like it absorbs it. It's weird. It's a very weird visually.
I'm just gonna jam this somewhere over here because I'm probably just gonna habit again.
Okay, that's fine. And actually, all I did was literally just brought your token on there again, so you can actually go grab your token and bring it on if you ever need that again.
All right.
But yeah, feel free to. Oh, I mean, you can do whatever. So okay, displace the beast. Did his thing, and he's staying put. He kind of climbs around the tree. He's too wounded to jump, really. The other one, however, wants to lash out at Dillon with both tentacles, because almost trying to hit Tom, but you're in the way. So tentacle attack.
Ha! Nice try, sucker.
Bounce off the shield.
And they bounce off your shield, like just don't connect, and it gets real angry, and it kind of feels like it's in a bad spot, and it wants to kind of get into a better spot. So it actually runs and jumps and goes to the next tree. But as it does, you Dillon, you actually get it's within 5 feet above your head to try to jump across into the tree. You do see it, so you can take an opportunity attack.
Yes, cut it in half, please. Right down the middle.
Oh, a 20. Run that damage.
Like a hot dog.
7.
You hit. So you as it jumps, you hear it whimper like a little bit, like, and it kind of slams against the tree as it finds purchase and kind of scurries up a little bit. Yeah, you totally hit something on it. So it's not feeling good. There's quite a bit of blood that's been dripped across. You see this giant, glowing green ooze that is its blood kind of strained across the two trees and is kind of pulling up into the recesses of the tree's branches as they hit the trunk. And it doesn't look like to be moving as much, but it's still alive. So and that is its turn. So Tor, your turn.
This thing's still in the tree, even though it's been burning and its shadows attacked it. It's still up there.
You know what? Actually, I'm sorry. I should have made this displacer beast do a strength attack because it's still in the. It started its turn in the same place where that gust of wind is at, and it's still, as far as I can tell, active. Yeah. And I didn't do it last time, so either way, it's something I'm going to do. So it's a strength roll, which it saves. So yeah, it's fine. It's still there. It's got like fire on it. It's moved around to try to like put itself out, so that the dripping blood doesn't actually create like another stream to hit it. So it's kind of like dancing around the tree, but it's still there. It feels kind of trapped as the tree's kind of on fire. I would say that the tree is about halfway burned up and is causing it some frustration. So there's a lot of smoke going on too, so it's kind of visibly causing some issues for you guys. So you would maybe be at disadvantage at this point with the smoke because it's reached the leaves.
Yikes!
Oh, poppycock! Hey, Euroman, guide my shot. Like to hit it with a guiding bolt.
So you shoot this guiding bolt and it misses. It glances off of the tree and actually somehow it like hits a branch and it bounces and it hits. It like shoots off in this direction and it kind of dissipates.
Son of a biscuit.
Make a cool ricochet sound.
Did somebody say biscuits?
Arielman, it's you.
Oh, toy. So much frustration.
Do I sense anyone who isn't feeling well while I'm still going?
I'm not feeling well. Am I 6 feet?
Tom is feeling real bad.
I feel a sense that my good friend Tom is not well again.
Tom cries out to you.
Tom. It takes a beating, but he keeps on going, that good old Tom.
He's so silly.
It's called filler words. I'd like to give him a healing word of these filler words.
You fill him up with my
It's
holy
very
mind.
little, but here.
My holy words, yes.
Biscuits and gravy be unto thee.
Oh, Tor. My best servant ever.
Winter and pancakes. End of turn.
That was a good turn, Tor. All right. Kel, it's your turn.
Winter and pancakes.
Uh,
Oh man.
I'm gonna go ahead and manifest my echo
All right.
up in the tree again.
Okay. That will offset your disadvantage because you've got a man in the sky, and you still have flanking. So.
And then, yeah, same thing.
'Kay.
Shoots him with the crossbow.
Wow, that hits.
Wow.
Lands big
Hits.
time. 5 damage. Okay, you hit it. It's feeling real bad. It's got about 5 arrows in it at this point.
Go ahead and unleash incarnation
Okay.
again.
All right. Wait, unleash incarnate. Oh, you're
Yes,
attacking
that's
with
the
your
ability lets me attack
boy.
with incarnation
Do it.
as well.
Okay. Oh, with advantage. And so he strikes.
It doesn't have advantage.
Oh, what do you mean it doesn't have advantage?
Because it's smoke, it cancels out.
No.
smoke from the-
I said that you got a man in the sky, so he's right up on because he put him up in the tree right next to it. So he's got flanking now. So he's I would say he's got advantage. So I'm gonna give it to him.
All right.
As he swings his blade into the beast, this blood kind of explodes out of it, and the flames kind of catch onto it, and like a spray bottle that has kerosene in it or something, it kind of like swoops back into it, and it kind of starts to sizzle, and you start to see it kind of not explode, but it catches fire, and there's a little mini explosion, and it kind of like falls out of the tree, and it starts to char up. But it also, that explosion kind of explodes onto your Echo's face, and your Echo takes damage, probably killing it. So, Solomon is trained finally on this other beast that's over here, but as this other beast that's over by Kel falls to the ground, as soon as it starts to dissipate from the flames, this other one starts to fade out of existence, and it kind of starts to jostle to and fro, and the tree starts to move quite a bit, and then it just goes whoop, and then this one is left on the ground.
It's like totally charred up.
It is dead.
Like it's dead, but it's like charred. Like
it's got charred parts. Like the middle of it is very charred.
Flaking off gradually as the wind continues to pound it.
Yes, the wind has actually put out the flames at this point, but it is blowing that stank right at you.
To ashes.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab it and
Okay.
drag it over back towards the campfire.
Okay. As you do so, you hear a noise in the distance.
Does it sound like one of these things?
No way.
And you can't quite make it out, but it sounds like something was upset. But it sounds like it's pretty far off. Solomon,
Voice that concern to everybody?
I don't know. Does that concern you? You guys are out of turn order. You're no longer in turn order, so you're fine.
So I want to kind of evaluate quickly Kindle's status.
Okay. Yep. So as you're doing that, Solomon runs over.
You can't see him at all anymore because he's completely camouflaged.
No, he's still there.
The best camo ever.
He's still
Why
there.
is that bush talking to me?
you hear the bush, like as he's running around the tree, kind of rustle as he kind of sidesteps in it, and all of a sudden you just see this guy who's in all these dark grays and greens, and it's still like early morning, so it's kind of like, and what you've just gone through, it's kind of startling, but you recognize it as Solomon, but for a second there it kind of startles you, and you think maybe there's another one of these coming at you. But Tillian, you're examining Kindle. What did you want to do?
Just kind of get a sense if he's conscious, if there's anything that we can do to heal him.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does not seem to be responsive. He does not seem to be awake or conscious in any way. But he is a construction or a construct, so you might be a little bit out of your depth unless you've got some knowledge of these guys. If you'd like to do that, I can have you make a history check maybe or something like that. Maybe you ran into one.
I don't think I would have run into one, so I don't think that I would know anything about it. That's why I'm calling for Tor.
Okay.
So Tor.
Can I grab my cloak and go over there?
Yes. You grab your cloak. You said you drug this over to the fire, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You drug that to the fire. You grab your cloak. You head on over to the group.
I would like to know if I know the history of how to heal such a thing.
Go ahead and roll history check.
Yes, for the win.
Whoa. So you know that healing spells typically don't work unless they want them to work, and they would typically need to be conscious for that to happen. You also know that the spell mending would be more appropriate, and that's kind of their way of repairing themselves. You would know that if you were to put his arm back in place, like kind of like position him in the right spot and, do a hit mending spell, he would probably be right as rain. He would then be conscious enough for you to heal him. So
we need to assemble him, put his pots back where they are, and then clap our hands and believe.
Solomon's already on it. He's like, it seems like he's been here before.
Okay.
And
Good.
as Tor's like explained to you guys what should happen, Solomon's already doing it, and Kindle, he kind of like, you see like the light start to, it's faded, but it's like it's there. He just looks like he's lost a little bit of stuffing, but he starts to regain some consciousness. But he doesn't look good. He looks like he needs something to fix him.
Kindle, look upon me. Let me put my hands upon you. You must heal thyself.
The short version,
But the
Tor.
great Lord Ehrman can do so. Let me pray.
The short version.
Let's
slap Tor. Short version.
Heal yourself, bitch. Mend your strawy butt.
Oh, I thought you never ask. Thanks, guys. Sorry about that. I took
You okay?
I took a tumble. I don't know what happened.
Cat scratch fever, baby.
Oh, yeah, well, it's been a while. Did I drink last night? What happened? I don't even remember. I remember we were sleeping. Oh, well, you were sleeping. I was keeping watch.
Like a panther beast that could fade in and out.
Oh no. And he looks at Solomon. Solomon kind of like gives him like a nod. Solomon doesn't seem to talk much. And Kindle kind of looks at him and says, yeah, there was rumors that there might be some of those around here. There used to be pets of some wizard or something, but like I guess they got loose. They breed. I don't know. We thought they were all gone. They say honey pot is after them. They made a bunch of cloaks with the skin.
Yeah,
and
not
kind of
gone.
gave them out like as like war medals and stuff. And then that was like the last we heard of them. But we haven't heard anybody getting attacked by them. That's
So
crazy.
I slap Kindle.
You
Cross
you
the
can't.
face again
But
because
he-
I'm in
he
a
keeps-
slapping mood.
But he keeps talking because there's no lips for you to like smack, so he just keeps talking and you're
Kindle,
slapping him. It's
Kindle, next time, give us all the information, even
Yeah,
if you think it's not relevant.
like, my bad.
Yeah. I
My
slap him
bad.
one more time.
Oh, I like this.
Don't
Is
get any
this a
ideas.
game? What is this? You know I don't feel pain, right?
It
My
doesn't.
safe word is more.
It's the intent.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Solomon, why are you here?
I'm sorry.
I'm glad to
Solomon's
see you,
like-
but why are you here?
Solomon, like, he kind of gives you a glance that says, follow me. Like, he turns as he looks at you, like, kind of like intently, and he kind of starts to head this direction.
Okay. I'll bite.
And
I'm gonna run over to the displacer beast. I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna start dragging it behind us. We're probably gonna need to eat.
Oh, so you want to field dress it?
Yeah.
all right.
Or I guess I'll be walking over here to grab it, and I guess would I notice that he stops like right there at that conveniently placed bloodstain?
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Kindle does pick himself up. Tom, were you trying to have words? Did you have something that you were doing?
No, I
Okay.
didn't. I was just taking it all in.
Okay. Tom's been he's been through a lot. He's been attacked by this beast and a couple times. He almost died.
I
it's a horrible
recollect
ordeal.
my hand axes, by the way.
Oh, good call.
Take
Yeah,
some time to
I'm gonna
recollect them.
never cause any problems for you guys. Like if you want to pick up your arrows, your hand axes, things like that, it's gonna be assumed that you do that after every battle.
I stopped blowing the tree.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All of a sudden, the air starts
You
to
hurt
smell
me.
better.
When I notice that he's only going like up to here, I'm gonna just go ahead and go over there.
Okay.
And I was like,
Now, did you begin to field dress this this animal, or did
I'll
you just drag it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
well, I thought we were like leaving, so I was gonna
okay.
like go grab it and be like, I'm taking this with us.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm gonna like disassemble anything that looks like it could be like the tips of the tails if they have like
Trophies.
Yeah, like exactly. The claws, take the fur if I
Okay.
can,
Why
whatever
don't-
I can do.
Why don't you do
intact.
a survival check so that I can see how well you skin it, or take parts away and do what you do. And if you're trying to
Survival.
11.
get meat and stuff like that.
Wait, before you say whether or not that works.
Okay.
Like point attack rolls. Oh, okay, it's only 4 attack rolls against me. Never mind.
Okay. Oh, you're trying to do a lucky on that?
Yeah, maybe I
Okay.
can just it's better, but I can't. So
You know what? I'm gonna take inspiration. I still have 1 inspiration.
Okay.
And I'll
Wanna
take the
reroll for that?
16 out of it.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
I'll mark off my inspiration.
Works. All right. So you guys walk over to where Solomon's at, and Kindle and Solomon seem to have this like uncanny way to understand each other without any words. Who knows why? But Kindle says, Solomon says that they were camping out here last night, and Vlora got taken, and obviously Vlora, the other ranger that came with us. Yeah, thanks for remembering our names. Whatever. Anyway, she might be dead. It sounds like one of them beasts took up after a beating, and Solomon was able to escape because he was gathering firewood. He shot a few arrows off, but he saw the beast drag it off.
Should we go after her?
Solomon says that he has been tracking all night, and the only reason he came back here is because he was looking for more clues. He hasn't been able to find hide or hair of her or where the tracks were. It seems that they're using the trees, but he thinks that maybe he thinks that maybe we killed him.
well, when that one over there died, what happened to the one that you guys were fighting?
I don't know. It
disappeared.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
It disappeared.
Disappeared.
Like faded out.
Solomon's like shaking his head, like doesn't understand it. Doesn't make any sense.
I heard something as well after it died. I heard
Yeah.
a guttural ticking.
Yeah.
I don't know how to.
I heard
describe
that too. Which direction did that come from?
Which direction did it come from?
It would have come from, we'll call it north.
You mean
up
west?
above you. Shut up.
Oh, right into the water.
From north/west, from the top of the map, a little further down, you find from Kindle that there is a fork in the road not too far from here, and that one direction seems to be freshly cut. He's got this information from Solomon. It seems like there's like a wagon path or something like that off of the main trail. The main trail heads up to an old abbey that was abandoned for quite a long time, but has recently been kind of a place of operations for the crew that was unearthing the site that the ZWT was talking about. Thank you for the map drawing.
Little Compass Pros.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that. So basically, there's going to be a fork in the road. The main path goes up to a place that might offer some refuge, and the other path goes off into the dig site. So he's saying he hasn't checked the dig site, and he hasn't seen any signs up around the
Roadhouse.
the monastery that's been worn down. It's like really old.
I think we have to go check the dig site.
I think we might need a little bit of rest, possibly.
I don't know if there's time.
Relax for we don't need much. Probably just
I could use a little rest.
I mean, I'm all for the rest and such because I don't need it, but I don't think it's a good idea to be out on the road. You know what I mean? After what we just went through, we did get that long rest beforehand, but we just had a fight. I get it, but maybe did you guys grab anything that would be helpful in town for this sort of thing? It's been a while since I drank anything.
I mean, yeah.
I've got jerky and pie.
I have health potions, but I don't need one right now.
Oh, I have health potions too. I forgot I got 3 of them.
All right.
I might just pop one of those real quick then.
Okay.
All right. How
I believe it's you just had regular health potions, or did you get the greater?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, regular, not
Regular. If
ones.
it's regular, I think it's a 2d4 plus 2.
No, it's. You said if I did a thing, it would automatically.
Yeah, if you grab it and drag it over, it should be there.
It's not working.
Is it on your sheet? Hold on a second.
Yeah, it's on my sheet, but it's
Okay.
not doing anything.
Oh, it's probably because you typed it in though.
Yeah, I typed it in.
Oh,
like
if you typed it in, it's not gonna do anything. Yeah, so just you
said
can just go
2d4.
over.
You said.
Yeah, if you go to the dice roller, you just go to the advanced roll, turn that first ticker up to 2, so it says roll 2. Grab the drop down, go to D4, and then add 2, so plus 2 there, and then hit roll.
Got it. D4. Whoops.
Yeah,
forgot
I'll let you
what's
read it.
the
It's
type.
fine. It's a little different, so you can also
Okay,
type
so
it,
Type
but
/R space 2d4 plus 2 in the chat.
also that if you don't want to mess with that.
What does that work?
2. That's 1d4.
Yeah, that sucks. Oh, 2d4.
So just roll another
Dang it.
d4 and add it to that.
We're gonna get there.
We
I
can do
know.
it.
Sorry.
Hey,
Oh, I'm
we're
giving you
there's
crap. You're fine.
new peeps. This is new for
I'm
some people.
totally just giving him a hard time.
No. All right, so you got 6 hit points. Dice.
That sucked.
That was the
Right,
sound.
So plus
it
6, you
wasn't-
said.
It wasn't horrible. Yeah, so plus 6 to your health.
I'm back in the game.
There's a 5 health for whoever wants it.
Oh,
I'll take it. I'll take that.
He's
Yeah,
just
boy.
throwing out Wi-Fi prayers.
Broadcasting straight to your needs 24/7.
It's like anybody
All right,
around me. Healing word. Here we go.
I'm feeling good.
First
Just
one-
toss
first
it up in the air and see
first
who it
one
lands
to-
on.
Just ambient prayers.
Who wants to
Just a-
heal? Who wants
just
to
a-
heal?
A heal for you, a heal for you.
Splash.
Everybody gets a heal.
It's great.
Wi-Fi healing. That's really good. Okay, I'm good. I'm back up to
All right.
fighting strength.
What did I collect anything from field dressing this thing?
Yeah,
So
dude.
what was your? I remember that Kel said that he had
survival.
weight. You got a
That
16, right? So
Yeah.
the 16, you have some paws. You know, you got 3 paws. Let's say you got a snippet of tail. You have the tip of one of the tentacles, and you have
Just a tip.
just the tip, which you can extract some of like what seems to be like some sort of. It didn't seem to affect you guys, but there could be there's something coming out of it. It's some sort of ooze. You might assume that it's kind of some sort of poison, but it didn't seem to do anything to you guys. Also,
Okay, so I have the paws, the tail.
and then you've got just enough. You've got some meat to if you'd like to eat, but it seems kind of rancid. Like it doesn't seem like something you'd want to eat. But the skin seems to be enough to. You would have to sew it together. You'd probably need a seamstress or somebody who's familiar with making clothes to make it for you. But you have enough to maybe make like a small cloak, like a small hide cloak. Yeah.
Okay.
It wouldn't go all the way to the ground, but it would cover you to waist.
Okay.
Because there was a small part of the middle that was charred, so you couldn't use that part.
Okay. That's okay.
There you go.
I will take it. Thank you.
Okay. So,
Make a note. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You guys let me know when you're ready to
I'm
to roll
ready.
out. Okay.
Oops. I
So-
am ready.
You guys head north. You come to the fork in the road where the path that leads to the abbey. Sorry, I got a hiccup. And then there's like the wagon trail that kind of goes off to the side. Do you guys decide to go down to? It's not. Doesn't looks like the excavation site is pretty close to the road, so it's not like you got to go down into like some deep forest or anything like that. In fact, it's all kind of been cleared. And you can kind of see the top of what was excavated, and it seems to be some sort of a entryway to a temple, but there's no temple behind it, so you don't. That's what you see from a distance.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Solomon does begin walking that way.
Towards the temple.
Towards the area, towards the
Dig site.
the dig site. Yeah.
All right.
I continue with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Kindle kind of follows suit. You guys all go.
Kind of keeping an eye on the trees.
Yeah,
and
I think
everything,
we're
looking for
definitely on that same
anything
wavelength.
that might move or something.
So you guys are like keeping a watch with your, you guys are actively watching while you're walking. It's not too far away. It's about it's like an hour trek. You actually come to a clearing. There's not too many trees, so you're not too worried about that. But then you come to the fork in the road. You go down that path, and then let me take you there.
Whoa!
So this is where you come to. Can you guys see everything? Down at the bottom,
Yeah.
here's where we're gonna like place all your tokens. So I'm gonna
Okay.
place Solomon up front. Kindle is right behind him. But yeah, as you come up, you see these kind of like smaller like
Hey, that
pillars.
resized.
There you
Look at
go.
that.
Yeah, this was actually the right size. So
Fantastic.
It's a big ass dragon.
You come across a big butt dragon.
My God.
what in the hell is this about? What happened? Hold on a second. Let me turn it. Let me resize you. Hold on. There you go. All right, cool.
My token make it over?
I
guys
don't see it.
yourself.
Hold on. Did you drag yours? Here, I can grab it.
I didn't drag it.
I'll get you. I get you.
My dragging's not working
Got you.
right now.
Oh, you're not the same size either. What? Oh, there you go. Okay. So I think, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, you guys are all there. So we're coming up on time, so I'm going to let you guys explore just a little bit, and then we're going to wrap it up.
I'm gonna stay back with Kindle and
Okay. Solomon kind of
no interest in
he kind of sneaks around.
Or
Everybody do a stealth check, please.
oh, you know I got mad stealth.
I know you got that super stealth.
Like a plus 20 on stealth.
Sneaky
Get
breed.
it?
I'm gonna go ahead and use my luck and get that 22.
That
All
stealth
right.
sucked.
Oh,
I am not moving gracefully after that beat down.
None of us are,
so you
apparently.
guys,
Yeah,
you guys
Kel-
are, well, so
Kel took that 22.
Tom and Tor and Kel, well, Kel for sure. Kel's good. Kel's like sneaking up around with Kindle and Solomon, and the rest of you guys are kind of hanging back a little bit, making a little bit of noise, and they keep looking back at you. Kindle and Solomon both like giving you the shh,
Try it.
and
Sorry.
Kindle and Solomon kind of seem to know what they're doing. They kind of like got some maneuvers going. I said manure.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Maneuvers going. My lips didn't touch with the V. Anyway, that came out wrong. Okay, so
Didn't touch the V, it's a real problem. Don't touch the
Simmer
V.
down, Biff.
Kindle and Solomon seem to be scouting, and they look around, and there's some crazy stuff going on, but they seem to think that there's no one around. They wave you guys up.
Okay.
I guess
so-
we go up there, I guess.
A lovely selection of skulls here.
Why don't you guys, anybody who wants to do an investigation roll?
Okay.
By the way, the name tags did not carry over. after we had to respawn them.
Except for Tom's, baby.
Wait, hold on. Did you,
Tom,
I see
Same name
Tom's, I see
tag.
Solomon's. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, for now, we're going to leave it, but I'll fix that later.
we're doing great.
Sorry.
We're doing great, everybody.
Dang, Kel, dang.
4.
Kel's looking at the ground. He's like, oh, look at these rocks. What do they mean?
I found nothing, by the way.
I believe
Tom, you
that
see
he
blood on the
wins
ground?
something at some point.
It's pretty obvious. All you guys see the blood.
Yeah, I'm like, I found nothing when I investigated.
Okay.
Hence
hold on.
why I wanted to stay back.
Let me roll Kindles. Like, I don't want to
Not
just give
having
it
a
to you. I
great
want to
day.
make sure that you guys, like, yeah, fight for it.
Just not having a great day today.
All right, so Kindle, as he's walking up, there's like kind of like this, the couple steps that go up onto this. Looks kind of like an altar with a doorway on it, kind of. But the doorway is fully encased with the where the door would be, where you would enter, seems to be made out of this very finely polished, dark. You can't tell if it's metal or stone, but it's finely polished, and you can almost see yourself in it.
Does it look like the stone?
I mean, you can go compare it if you'd like.
Yeah, so I want to look and compare it to
Okay.
the stone we got in the market.
Okay. While you're walking up there to compare that, Kindle kind of like trips over something, and as he's stepping up, and
Of course he does.
And he looks down and he says, "Oh man, it's like heads. They're not skulls, but well, this one is. Hold on." And he holds up this skull, and you see what looks to be some sort of a humanoid skull, but looks like maybe from a demon or some sort of a creature that is demon-ish, and has horns kind of coming out of the side and some sharpened teeth. Seems to be, but it looks more like it was some part of a statue. So it's not. It's like a statue of a skull. So it's not an actual skull.
Okay.
There seem to be two other skulls next to it. One seems to be like a giant bald-headed man. You're not, able to make that out again from a statue, a different stone. And then there's a metallic head that seems to be more like a warforged head.
I approach that immediately.
Like it. You guys see that? So like Kindle's like picking them up and like kind of holding them. Some of them are heavier than the others, and he's kind of like having trouble maneuver them. So you take that one off of his hands. This one right here, the one that looks more like a warforged head. You see in front of you, there's this statue in front of the altar, temple, doorway, whatever this is. And you notice that the head is missing off of the statue, and I don't know. You also see to the side a dead body, and Solomon seems to be fixated on these dead bodies that seem to be decapitated, and there is also a kind of a pile of skulls onto the left side. Not enough to match up to how many bodies you have, but these bodies have been skinned and beheaded and then disemboweled, almost like they've been dressed like you just did to the animal.
How fresh did it look?
3 of them look pretty old, like a week old. One of them looks like maybe a few days old, and one of them looks like very fresh. And Solomon is fixated on that one. He's trying to figure out if it is indeed Vlora.
What do you think, Solomon?
And he just seems to kind of ignore you as he's kind of patting the body down. He's looking around for any kind of like clues, trying to you see him measuring things out. He takes out like this rope and kind of is measuring things, and he's trying to like put things together in his head, but he doesn't seem to have any answers just yet. Now, Dillon, you said that you were going to go check the doorway to match it up against the your pocket glass.
Yep.
All right. So as you approach the glass in your hand starts to kind of flicker on and off, and you can't make out the images, but it seems like it's having some sort of reaction from being here.
The one in my hand is?
Yeah, the one in your hand, but there's nothing happening at the glass in front of you.
Okay. Does it appear to be like similar size, or?
No, the glass is on the doorway is the complete doorway, so it's almost like it's like there's a door there that would have been, open, but that's like blocking everything. And then what's in your hand is basically the size of an iPad.
Okay. And it's like vibrating.
It's kind of flickering. Like... It's like it's reacting. It's almost like you're tuning into stations that don't exist.
Okay. So I kind of want to walk around a little bit and have it out and see if it changes as I walk around.
Okay. Why don't you do a... What kind of check will I have you do? Where do you go?
I'll kind of walk around this area
Okay,
and
so
then
you're just
loop around.
You're just walking around the entire near
Yeah,
the front.
just kind of just holding it out, seeing if it does anything different.
So as you walk around, the more you get towards the statue, the more you hear this squeak, 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 squeak.
Where's that coming from?
It's coming from your hand, like the pocket,
okay.
the pocket one.
And it's a sound like
Mhm.
like a human or
It sounds like a human mimicking a squirrel.
okay.
Okay, that's
So,
descriptive.
I'll honestly hello? Hello?
It fades out as you try to communicate with it.
Okay, so I try to get closer to the statue.
Okay.
With it.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Hello?
Squeak. Squeak, 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 squeak. Squeak,
Guys,
squeak,
I don't-
squeak,
Solomon, Kindle, anything? Tom?
squeak,
Kel, Tor?
squeak, squeak.
Do I recognize this squeaking sound?
Yeah, does anyone recognize this ringing sound?
Why don't you make a history check, Kel? Kel, make a history check.
Okay, let's see. History. 2.
Yuck. Yeah, you got nothing.
I asked Rictavio.
Rictavio!
In my head, is no one else knows.
Right.
Rictavio.
I'm Rictavio.
I'm Rictavio. I'm Rictavio. You have summoned me.
Rictavio, what the hell is that noise?
What noise? The squeak squeak?
Yes.
Oh, that is. Hold on. Let me make a history check. I remember someone I came across in Barovia. She was quite taken with the animals. Her name was it sounds much like what she says. Oprah.
Skiofra.
Skiofra, that is it. Yes. She helped me in dispatching the vampire Strahd, but it didn't matter because 50 years he came back. Whatever. It's a long story. But yes, I remember someone. It sounds like her voice. I don't know.
Sounds like her voice.
Yes. Maybe say her. Did you say her name?
Skiofra.
Anything happen?
I say it out loud.
Okay, so you say Skiofra, and the
You know
door actually kind of does some. It flickers, but you can't see anything there, and you hear the word head,
Okay.
and that's it, and that's where we're gonna end it.
Bum 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 bum.